Hi everyone, George Farmer here. I'm the Aquascape ambassador here in the UK, and today we are going to set up this beautiful Aquascape ScaperLine 60. I'm going to take you through the whole process, talk about the benefits of having a ScaperLine aquarium, all the unique features, and more importantly, actually how we can use it to create a beautiful aquascape. So I'm really excited to bring this one to you. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. So it comes well packaged, you can see, just unsheath that. And then here we have our brand new ScaperLine 60 cabinet. It needs some minor assembly, got some unique features which we'll talk about later down here. Instructions here, and we've got the protective mat here. We'll talk about the whole cabinet because there's loads of really cool stuff on here to show you as well. Okay, now there's some minor assembly required on the cabinet. We'll go through that. I'll just unpack it all right now. So this is important to fit. This is a kind of guard for the cables, the electrical cables. So you might see here, this is kind of open wood here, and we do not want any water ingress in there, otherwise the cabinet can swell. So we absolutely need to fit this. One of the best features, in my mind, of the ScaperLine cabinets are these removable side portions here, which allow for various hose sizes, filter hoses, CO2 hoses, etc., to come through here through the sides, and you can actually fit different sizes according to your needs, according to where you want that filter hose, etc., placing. So if you didn't want any hoses at all, for instance, you'd fit this big one here. If you wanted to have a smaller section, so you could have an opening. It's all magnets, so it kind of slots in. Makes perfect sense once you're actually playing around with it. But we'll configure the filter, the CO2, etc., and then we'll position those as appropriate. So I'll just take them out completely for now. Another great feature to the ScaperLine cabinets is that the feet are adjustable. So if your flooring isn't quite level, you can adjust the feet using your Allen key here and just simply place it in the appropriate hole there, and then you can twist anti-clockwise or clockwise, which will then give you your adjustment there, so you can adjust it to make the aquarium water completely level with your aquarium. So if we need to do that, we can do that later, and then once you've done that, you can fit your plastic covers here. So I'll fit those later as appropriate if we adjust it or not. Another great feature is the sliding shelf or support here. So we are using the Aquascape Biomaster filtration here, of course. That comes with the quick release pre-filter. So to access your pre-filter very easily, we can slide the whole filter out in one go, like so, and that gives you access for your pre-filter. We'll actually give you a perfect demonstration of that later. A great feature there. Soft close hinges as well, and a push to release device here to make opening and closing the door very simple. Overall, it just screams high quality. Great engineering, as you'd expect from a German product. Really high quality, everything's sealed. So in some kind of poorer quality cabinets, you can allow for ingress of water in these areas here, in particular on the joins. This is detrimental in the long term because more than likely when you're maintaining your aquarium, you'll spill some water. That water can then get inside the aquarium wood, and that wood will then kind of swell, and your cabinet will eventually kind of become a little bit deformed, twisted and warped, which we absolutely do not want. So wires they have paid particular attention to that with this great ceiling, and yeah, overall a really high quality cabinet. One last feature, which is another one of my favourites, are the magnetic holders here for your tools here. So very powerful. These are quite heavy scissors, stainless steel, and it holds them no problem. So really high quality cabinet and full of great features. Okay, before we actually fit our aquarium, we're actually going to fit our protective mat here. This just adds another layer of protection, so there's a kind of buffer between the aquarium itself and the cabinet. And it also comes pre-fitted with some stickers here, so simply peel off each corner. And then we have our exposed adhesives there, and then we just line this up as perfectly as we can. So you can just look down from above and just make sure it's absolutely perpendicular and symmetrical. Everything's nicely in line. You know, we're dealing with attention to detail here. So these kind of little things, it's really worth paying attention to every step of the way. Okay, that's nice and secure there. Adds a nice buffer, nice protective layer. And now, the exciting bit, we can actually fit our aquarium on top of the cabinet. Okay, so that's the bottom of the tank, so let's flip that again, nice and gently. You can actually lift it up into the position now, I think. These are scissors again. Okay, super careful now not to scratch the glass. In fact, it's a good idea to remove your watch while you're doing this as well. And you want to be handling the glass as little as possible, really, so we don't get unnecessary fingerprints on it. Okay, and there we have it in position. Now, interestingly, what Awase have done, and I really like this, they've etched the Awase logo on the side of the aquarium, which I prefer. I don't really like to see any unnecessary markings on the front of the aquarium, because that's blocking, you know, that's distracting you from the actual visual of the Aquascape itself. So I really like that added touch here. Laser etched Awase logo on the glass there. It's just, you can just see it's a really high quality aquarium. Super low ion glass. As you look through the cross section here, you'll see it's like a beautiful light blue colour, as opposed to regular float glass, which you'll see is a much darker green. And what this represents is actually a much better transparency of glass. So there's less restriction when you're viewing your beautiful Aquascape. And that's what we're aiming for with these ScaperLine aquariums. We're minimising the distraction of any equipment. You know, you just really want to be focusing on what's inside the aquarium and not the aquarium itself. It's 6mm glass, and it also has beveled edges here, mitered, 45 degree. So you have actually a greater surface contact area, making it stronger. And then when you look down the edge here, it just looks really attractive and high quality. Minimal silicone work, so they've used as little silicone as possible, again to minimise that distraction. And this arris here, and the arris is like this tiny bevel that you have on the edge of the glass, just to make it nice and safe, and actually it actually feels lovely to kind of run your hand along there. You know, you could just tell it's just really high quality product. All it really is just 5 panes of glass. So what can you do with those panes of glass? You can actually make them low iron, highly polished, mitered corners, minimum silicone work, and you have, you know, the ultimate kind of blank canvas ready for your aquascape. Okay, next step is to install our substrate. In this case, we're using a Aquascape soil, Scaper soil. So let's unbox that now. Again, being very careful when you're using your knife so you don't cut into any bags. So this is a relatively new product from Aquascape. I've actually had some great results with it already. As with most soils, it does reduce your pH slightly and your hardness. It contains a host of nutrients to feed the plant roots, and is a complete substrate solution. You can add it straight away as it is. It doesn't need rinsing. In fact, I recommend not rinsing it because you'll rinse away a load of the nutrients. And yeah, just a very simple and effective product. So let's install that now. I've got 3 9-litre bags here. We'll only probably need 1, so those 2 will be spare, of course. And just very, very simply put it in your aquarium. And then it couldn't be simpler. Just pour it into your aquarium. Some aquascapers like to use a tool for this. I just like to use my hands. I think there's actually something really lovely about using your bare hands with natural products like this. For me, it reminds me of being a kid playing in a sand pit. You get that real kind of creative joy. You know, you're really connecting with that product. You know, and this is the foundation really to a successful aquascape. This is providing a host of nutrients for the plants. It conditions the water, like I say, softens the water slightly, reduces the pH, which makes it more suitable for the vast majority of tropical fish and plants. Doesn't require rinsing. Can potentially give you an ammonia spike. So this is because of the high nitrogen content in the soil, so it's a good thing. But of course, you don't want to be adding any livestock if there is any ammonia detectable, or indeed nitrite. So I would recommend testing your aquarium water before adding any livestock. Typically you could wait between 2 and 3 weeks with regular water changes, heavily planted, good filtration, and then your aquarium water will be absolutely safe for your aquarium fish, shrimp and snails if you wish. So that is the substrate installed, the soil installed. Really, really straightforward. Aquascape do supply a brown version. This is like the black version. It will actually get darker once it's wet. And yeah, you can see how simple that process is. Okay, we're ready for planting. So we've got a host of species here, probably 8 or 9 species. And I'm going to prepare each species one by one, plant them in their individual locations. So we try to plant as heavily as we can, so we can really give the substrate and the soil a really good covering in plants. We've got some epiphyte plants. These are the plants that attach to the decor, in this case the wood. We do have some moss as well, which we're going to attach to this beautiful dominant piece of wood here. And yes, next thing you'll see is me preparing the plants and planting. Okay, so there's our Aquascape planted, ready to watch grow in our beautiful Awase ScaperLine 60. I've had a great time aquascaping this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got a really great selection of plants here. Of course, thank you so much to Awase for supplying all of the products here, and to Aquarium Gardens for supplying the plants and the beautiful wood. Do let us know in the comments what kind of fish you'd like to see in here in the long term. We will be doing update videos, including how we maintain this. We're going to be using the Awase ScaperLine fertiliser range as well as the soil, which we've already fitted. Of course, we've got the Awase Biomaster thermo filter as well. So it really is a great way to showcase the Awase's commitment to aquascapers, and I'm very proud to be an Awase ambassador and have such a beautiful aquarium in my living space at home. So thanks again for watching, take care, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.